Welcome, folks, to downtown Atlanta and Mercedes-Benz Stadium, site of this year's Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl and, of course, part of the college football playoff. We are through the opening round of this year's playoff, and now the pressure is mounting in the quarterfinals. A matchup between one side that's had time to rest and recover, and another team that's battle-tested, already off one playoff victory. As we'll see the number 8 seed in this playoff, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Florida State Seminoles. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on. Kickoff team out there. We're ready to rumble for this college football playoff game. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They'll hand it off. Fighting off the defender. That gain moves the ball out near the 25.
Hat on the hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Now it's second down here. Offense looking to throw the ball. That's the running back who makes the catch across the middle. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
Well, this is the risk you take when you play man-to-man coverage and you leave a linebacker on a running back. The quarterback does a nice job of seeing that mismatch and getting the ball to the back for some good yards.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
What a great job of playing assignment football here against the option by this defense. Every aspect of that play was taken away. The quarterback got into desperation mode and loses yards. Now they're behind the sticks.
Second down play coming up. They'll run it here. Breaks loose at the 40. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers. And don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching the game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Kentucky getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Change of pace now, looking to throw the football. And that pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack.
This is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and the rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
There's a shot toward the end zone. And he'll get there. Touchdown, Wildcats. You come out into the playoff game, Kirk, no signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate and actually just the rhythm to the offense. But they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he left that one in the end zone. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. First down, looking to throw the ball. Makes a quick grab.
Well, they don't pick up the first down here, but if you can use the quick passing game to stay ahead of the chains, it definitely helps your offense. And if that defense starts to creep up, to take that away, that's when you can take a shot downfield.
Breaking free at the 35. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there.
Good push up front and great acceleration by this back. I tell you, he's doing a pretty good impression right now of a combination of greats that they've had at Florida State. Guys like Warwick Dunn and Devontae Freeman, and more recently with guys like Cam Akers and Dalvin Cook.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
Well, Chris, this is going to set up a big third down now for this offense. They're down early in the game, all the hype and the pressure on a playoff game. You don't want to dig yourselves too big of a hole. They got to keep this drive alive, so they need to convert right here.
Now the offense facing a third and long from their own 41. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Looks to his left and makes the completion. The gain is not enough for first down, so it brings up a fourth and short.
On third downs like this, you can only allow completions in front of you as long as you can protect the sticks. And that's what the defense did here. They knew where the sticks were, and they were able to make the tackle short of the line.
The play coverage team able to touch it, so no return on the play.
Well, I thought the return team did a really good job of giving him some room to work with. I feel like the returner was so focused on making a big play downfield that he forgot to take care of the football, and it cost him.
Here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. And here's the jet sweep testing the perimeter here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill curve.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his...
Here's the throw deep downfield. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. And he steps out of bounds, but he... Great play by this defense.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
The offense makes its way onto the field, hoping for a successful drive. Quarterback will throw it off the run-pass option. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Good job with the offensive line giving his quarterback time to throw. And you can see the damage he can do to you when he does have time. A great throw and something you just kind of expect in Tallahassee. A quarterback that can make throws like this.
Bringing pressure. And he's going to float this one to the right side. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Touchdown, Knowles. Made the defense look slow that time.
Chris, how about the call here with the wheel route? The running back, we know he can run the football, but here he shows his ability to catch the ball out in the backfield, and that wheel route is tough on a defense. Sometimes the back can get lost. Here he catches it and finds his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Point after, knocked right through. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. And this offense trying to bounce back. The last possession ended in a pick. Handoff heading left. In the clear at the 25. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. At the 20. At the 10 now. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky.
What a touchdown. Anytime you see a play go for that many yards, everything has to come together. The offensive line did their job, the running back's vision and instincts and speed, and the play caller setting up the perfect personnel group, formation, and play call. It all came together, and they get the big score.
The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He'll take off from deep in the end zone. That's strong coverage, though. They tackle him at the 11-yard line. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
And you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
The pass is intercepted. Takes the pick to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kirk.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
Here comes the Florida State offense on the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick 6 in the last possession. Looking for his big tight end. It's caught downfield. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
And it's incomplete. He dropped the first down pass over the middle. Getting set. Here's second down. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Looking to pass. It's Montgomery. And he's got it. He'll get him down, but not before he gets to the +38.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Catch made on the left side. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on fourth down.
And it's no good. He missed it. Still losing by 14 after the miss.
That's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown, at the very least 3 points, but instead he shanks it.
Solid run, tackled at the 45-yard line. Important second down play coming up. Quarterback drops back. And now the ball comes out. A disastrous play from the start. Defense falls on the ball. Crucial takeaway.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down this quarterback's neck before he could even recognize that they were there, and they were able to knock it loose.
Scanning the field, it's Montgomery. And he'll lost it to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Florida State.
That is great job here by this offense, taking advantage of a big opportunity provided to them by their own defense after that turnover. And why wait? They get aggressive, make the throw, and it pays off for a touchdown.
And they tack on the extra point. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Bringing it out, it's Proctor. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. They're looking to protect the lead and protect the football. The last possession, remember, ended in a fumble. And the runner takes off to his right. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. They'll earn the first down, but pay for it with a hard hit.
Chris, I just love to see this offensive line in this running game able to establish themselves. This back is already over 50 yards. We're in the first half, so really good job of establishing the run game. Opens up the play action, opens up one-on-one opportunities. Just keep winning the battle up front.
And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Second down after that previous play. Takes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Looking to scramble. Caught in the backfield. It's Proctor. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we had good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Breaks loose at the 45. They've got him, but it's a huge gain. They'll spot it about the 27.
Well, there's a great example of a defense selling out to stop a third down and short. At 3rd and 2, looks like they put everybody up near the line of scrimmage, and when the back got free, he's able to go and pick up huge yards because there's no safeties back there to slow him down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They're going to run it here. It's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work. 1st and goal, handoff. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
2nd down and goal. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. 0 running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense, almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
It's the 2-minute warning of this close, competitive first half. Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. Going to throw for it on 3rd and goal. He's moving out of the pocket now. The defense stops him there on the scramble close to the goal line, but not in.
Oh, my gosh, Chris. I thought he was going to be able to find a way to get to the end zone. He is such a threat when he takes off. He pulls that ball down and tries to get to the end zone on these scrambles, but the defense just keeps him out of the goal line.
A field goal will make this a 2-score game, but they elect to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Touchdown, Kentucky. This air attack is still unstoppable. So with playoff pressure grip, the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. Turns on the speed. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Seminoles. He'll stroll into the end zone. A kick return for a touchdown in a playoff game. This stadium has come alive.
How badly does this guy and this unit want to get to the national championship? This is huge and a game-changing moment that I think we may be looking back at as a turning point in the game. Great blocks and great speed there for the touchdown.
And the point after gets him within a touchdown, 28-21. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. The last drive, the ground game, was so successful. Ended in a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can respond to it this time. Looking to throw it deep. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. They bring him down, but not before an explosive play through this offense through the air. The offense will take their first 10 out of the half to talk strategy here. First down. They're going to throw the football. He's running out of time here. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Chris, I love the patience here by the quarterback. He's waiting for something to happen downfield, but it's not there. Then you see the athletic ability to be able to pick up some good yards.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. He's got a lane. Can he make the end zone? Forced out of bounds, but a nice gain there, and the offense will have a 1st and goal.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line. It's a 2nd and goal play for the offense. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Can the defense hold up here on 3rd and goal? On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats. And the replay booth has signaled they want to stop and have another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. Now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there, wanting to make an adjustment before this critical down. So instead of a chip shot attempt for a 2-score lead, they keep the offense on the field to go for it on 4th down. Back's got it on the pitch, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Kentucky.
I think they completely caught this defense off guard. 4th down and goal, I think everybody thinks the quarterback's going to have the ability to run or throw, but instead they run the football in here, and they somehow get this touchdown.
So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. Brought down at the 29. That's where we'll start the drive. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Catch made on the left side. And they keep the drive going. It's a first down to the 46. The timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter. This will likely be the last play of the half. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Breaking tackles. And they get him down in what will be the final play of this first half. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. And they stop him at the 11. Not good field position to start the drive. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. We get the second half started with a running play. And the game will pick up the first down. Tackled at the 22. The offense looks fired up to begin the second half. That's the kind of play they've needed to give them a spark.
Absolutely. I know they're down in this game. Clearly something was said at halftime to try to get this offensive line engaged, and it looks like it's working. They're playing with a different kind of energy. Let's see if they can do it again.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down. Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Another great throw by this quarterback to be able to pick up a first down and keep this drive alive. I'll tell you, he's starting to kind of feel like he's getting into a zone. And boy, Chris, over the years, how many Florida State quarterbacks have we seen get in that zone? Guys like Chris Weinke and Jameis Winston, Charlie Ward, and so many good signal callers that have played at FSU.
And they're finally able to stop him. The great execution on the screen pass fooled the defense there.
Boy, this is great execution here on this screen play to the running back to pick up big yards and a first down. And I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And here's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, how about this defense? Just so physical against the run. These guys have not been able to do anything on the ground, and it's because of that defensive line and those linebackers taking away the run game.
Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on third down.
Well, the defense was all over the field in the first half, and as we see here, more of the same to start this third quarter. Big question to me is, now you got a fourth down. You look at that scoreboard, you'll start to wonder, should I go for this?
He's got some daylight turning on the speed. The coverage team makes the stop on this return. Comes the Kentucky offense back out there. This group has been clicking. They really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Things just appear to be a bit out of sync from the get-go. Now, give credit to the front seven of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Everyone moves the ball across the 40.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Now the offense facing a third and long from their own 41. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking for his big tight end. And he pulls in the catch. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a third down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it. You convert. You keep working that clock.
Offense getting set. It's second down. We go with a direct snap. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
The pocket breaking down. Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
Chris, that's on the offensive line right there. They definitely have to be feeling responsible because it's almost like you didn't protect your little brother back there.
He knocks this one right through. Hold on, there is a flag. If it's on the defense, it would still be fourth down. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. So first and 10, that's a costly mistake for the defense on fourth down. Ball handed off. So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. The back's got it again. That's a strong run. They finally tackle him down at the 4. This Kentucky offense is quickly moving down the field. Here's the handoff on first and goal. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
It is tough to run the football inside this 5-yard line. Give all the credit to that defensive line, eating up those linemen, allowing the rest of the defense to fly to the football for that short loss.
Ball back at the 6 for second and goal off that loss. Trying for the end zone, running it right up the gut. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
When they get stopped here on second down, it's going to bring up a third and goal situation. And from this far back out, wouldn't be surprised to see them go through the air. Just don't want the quarterback to take a sack here. Make sure he gets the ball out of his hands quickly.
Oh, and he dropped it. He could not hang on for a touchdown. My goodness.
Boy, Chris, this drive looked outstanding until they got into the red zone. Seems like the wheels have come off. Third down and long makes it very tough to execute in the red zone. Now let's see what they come up with here on this fourth down play.
No problem. Knocks it right through. And they add to their lead.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Here comes a handoff. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. To the air. It's Montgomery. Quick throw to his receiver. And it's complete. What a grab by the receiver right near the sideline.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing. Had been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
Looking to throw it on first down. Makes a quick catch. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards. That completion makes it second and medium.
Chris, a really great job here with the quarterback and the receiver. This is all about timing. Quarterback gets back, no hitch in his delivery, gets the ball out in front of the receiver where he can run away from the defender for a nice completion.
And the Seminoles starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Going for a big play downfield. Caught right near the sideline for a big gain. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal yardage to the 9. Well, this defense has played well with a letdown there. A little too comfortable with this big lead at the moment, maybe.
Yeah, and what I love to see is this offense has not given up. This game has not gone the way they have.
Running toward the end zone, but the defense forces a fumble. Defense jumps on the ball. It's a turnover. He's at the 50. Now the 40. The 10. They'll finally catch him. That's a huge return. They get the takeaway and set the offense up in great position.
Man, when you get into this big a game on this kind of stage in the second half and you're trailing, you just cannot afford to put the ball on the ground. The defense is attacking.
Touchdown, Wildcats. And the route is on. But they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Now they get set to kick it away. And he'll take off from deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. From the shotgun, handoff inside. The gain good for just a few yards. The defense swarming to the football.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. I wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36. The Noles come to the line to run the hurry-up.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. He makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
Just a small gain, looking at 2nd and 9.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
Got him for a sack. A big play made them one of the senior leaders of this defense.
Because I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync, applied pressure, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead right now.
It's intercepted, trying to fire it into a tight window. Going the other way, can they stop him? And he steps out of bounds after the great pick. Solid return to set up his offense. And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. Aiming for the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly.
That's another touchdown for these guys. Man, they have had a day that you dream about, whether it's the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, the offensive line. The entire unit has been dominant.
PAT is good as they build on this big lead. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. Looking to throw. It's Montgomery. Tries to get it to the running back. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. And here comes a deep shot. To try a downfield shot, that's a good effort there. But now it's third down.
Chris, they come up with the incompletion, but I like the idea of stretching the defense. They can do so much to help out with your short to intermediate passing game, even affect the running game by making those safeties aware that you're willing to take a shot downfield.
He's going to launch it deep again. The QB throws his third pick of the day. Look out, he's got some space. And he steps out after a nice return. What a momentum shifter this could be.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoffs. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch.
Got space, looking to score. Touchdown, Wildcats. To stretch the lead, the route is on.
Chris, you talk about having a day. This offense just goes out. They're not even looking at the scoreboard. They're just going out, executing the play call, and continuing to put points on the board.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Brought down to the 23. Good enough for a first down.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where the heck was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping that to himself, thinking, all right, maybe this is something to build on. Maybe something positive can come out of this. You're going to have some bad games from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready in the future. That right there, that's what they've been looking for all game.
They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
We've reached the 2-minute warning here. This offense needing to score and then get the football back. Looking to throw. It's Montgomery. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Tackle is finally made, but the offense will set up now at the 44. They'll hurry to the line here with the clock running. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Trying to extend the play. And the sack is made. That's a nice play there by the sophomore.
This defense has been lights out today. Great job once again applying pressure on this quarterback. This poor quarterback, he doesn't know what he has seen today. Not able to get anything.
Another interception. That's number 4 today. Are you kidding me? Going the other way, can they catch him? Inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Kentucky. And the defense joins the party with a pick 6.
Great job here by the defense coming up with yet another play. Boy, they are just pouring it on today, dominating in every phase.
Here's the point after attempt. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. Kickoff team is on the field to prove this one away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. They need a couple miracles here in the final 2 minutes to rescue what's been a very, very rough outing so far. And there's the handoff. stopped short of the 25, but it's enough to move the sticks.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, if somebody talks about a play being blown up, this is a great example of that. And that's Exhibit A for how to be physical on defense.
We'll hand it off. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.